Okay, today we're going to discuss about attacks, attacks on recommender system. So let's take a look what is attack in this case. So there are some agenda in our class today. I would like to introduce what is attack and the characterization of attacks. And there are some attack models. And then I will let you know what is the effectiveness of the analysis, some of the countermeasures. Countermeasures means something that we can do to handle the attack, and privacy aspects. So there are some privacy during the attack. So in the current state, attack is very serious, especially when you deal with the recommender system. For example, this is a news in 2019. Yeah, it was 5 years ago, but I think it is still relevant. Amazon flooded by fake 5-star reviews. Kacha, fake. So many people give 5 stars on some product. And I think that also happened in Korea. And in 2020, Facebook and eBay threats to combat trading in fake reviews. So Facebook and eBay actually they are on an online store as well, and there are many people give a good review, and the good review all maybe most of them are fake. So people give good review so other people can buy the product. So one of the research mentioned that more than three quarters of people, 3 quarters, it means sabunisam. More than three quarters of people are influenced by reviews when they shop online. So it means, yeah, when you have a good review, of course, people will trust your product. When your product have a good review, people want to buy the product. However, we do not know whether it is fake or is a true review. So we need to understand how attacks can be performed. And after we understand how attacks can be performed, next we can defend. So we can defend against potential adversarial attacks. So like this one, Amazon cracks down on weak reviews with AI. It means if we already know how to address the attack, then we can defend. So Amazon can defend the fake reviews with AI. And of course, we can learn how to defend those kind of attacks. In the theory, there is a general framework for attack, or we call it a general attacking framework. The person can generate a fake user profile, fake user profile means someone can just generate the user profiles and maybe we do not know who is the person and the user profile is based on maybe bot or maybe it is generated by random and etc. And let's suppose I have a data user 1, user 2 until user M, and those are normal data. In the normal data, we know that some data are available, but maybe some data are not available, and we want to know, is there any possibility that this user will buy this item? And we are looking at some similarity of other user. Let's say, okay, I want to see that this user may affect the recommender system to this user, or this user may affect the recommender system on this user. So that's common. However, if there are two fake users, so we have two additional users, and those two users are fake. And these users just give a review. Okay, this is good. This is good. Or maybe the users give the information that he bought this product. He bought this product. And what happened? Because we know that this user bought this item and this user bought this item, then the recommender system will give recommender to this item for this user. And about this one, okay, because this user bought item 2, so it has the similarity, and the algorithm can give recommender to this user about this item. But actually, this user is fake. And yeah, this kind of user, if you include this user to the recommender system, then it will affect the items. It will affect any items that the user have not bought previously. Okay. So in this case, yeah, we need to understand what is the attack, what is the background of attack. The most important background is monetary, the money, the value of being in the recommendation list. So individuals may be interested to push some items by manipulating the recommender system. And individuals might be interested to decrease the rank of the other items. So when you have a good rating, let's say you give 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 for all items, then of course the rank of that item will increase. So some simply may want to sabotage the system. The other thing about the attack is about the manipulation of the internet opinion. Malevolent users try to influence behavior of recommender system. So for example, system should include a certain item very often or seldom in its recommendation list. So if you look at the online shopping, usually you will see how many users already bought that item. So maybe, yeah, 20,000 users already bought that item. So we trust that numbers. If it is a trusted online shop, of course we can trust it. But if we don't trust, or if it is a new online shop, of course there might be some, malevolent users. Malevolent users means something that, a new user who intentionally create a system so that a certain item will be very often or will be very rare in the recommendation list. So what is the simple strategy? So the simple strategy is you just give high or low rating to the target item. So if the rating is from 1 until 5, so the easy one, if you want to make the product more popular, give many 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So yeah, the product will be more popular. But if you want to make the product less popular, just give the fake profile with one, 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 one for that item. Then of course it will affect the sales. So this one will not work for neighbor-based recommenders. Of course, yeah, this will affect the neighbor-based recommender system. You cannot do with the nearest neighbor-based recommender, because if all of them is one, 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 whatever, then you will not recommend the product. If you give five, 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 okay, for all fake users, give 5, then whatever, you will recommend that product to a new user. So the neighbor-based recommenders will not work properly when attack appears. Then we need to know how to deal with the attack models. So the goal is to insert profiles that will appear in the neighborhood of, yeah, the goal is to insert profiles that will appear in the neighborhood of many users. Behind, I missed this one. Okay. So this one is how we can put a profile that will appear nearly the same with the neighborhood. So let's see later with some example. So this is the profile injection. So I will also give you another example later, but let's see with this one. Let's assume that we use a memory-based collaborative filtering. Do you still remember? Memory-based collaborative filtering means we, yeah, user base. Okay, thank you. So we are using the user base with the rating. So the row is user and the column is the item. We call it, this is the memory base. And if you still remember, we apply the person correlation as a similarity measure. The person correlation means first we will check the similarity of user 1 and Alice, user 2 and Alice, user 3 and Alice, user 4 and Alice. Then, okay, we can get the person correlation is minus 0.54. This one is 0.68. This one is minus 0.72. This one is minus 0.02. And let's say if the neighborhood size of 1, then I want to find the one user who are closest to Alice. So we can have like only the opinion of the most similar user will be used to make prediction. Then we know maybe user two, yeah, this is the highest. Then this opinion will be used to make the prediction because this user, if the rating two, probably Alice will also give the review two. So, Alice will get the review two according to the similarity with the user two. Then if we have an attack, so someone with a fake user comes and then give the attack. So this attack apply a new target and this person give a rating 5. With the same idea, so we can calculate the similarity, and the similarity is 0.87. What happened? This will affect the recommender system because this attack person have a higher similarity than this value. Of course, the recommender system will give 5 to Alice, and we know this is an attack person. This is a fake user. So the attack is the most similar to Alice, and the recommender system will not use this one. And the problem now arise when the attack appears more. Of course, it will give more confidence to the recommender system to give the recommender to Alice. So there are several uh, characteristics of the attack. So the characterization of profile insertion attacks, we can look at two different concepts. The first is push attack. Push attack means we want to increase the prediction value of the target item. Increase the prediction value means we want to give a high value, 5, if it is the rating from 1 to 5. The other concept, we call it nuke attack. Nuke attack means decrease the prediction value of the target item. So if we have 1 until 5, then we will focus on 1. 1. So this kind of attack will make the recommender system unusable as a whole. So for example, you look at this one. If you look at this one, the target user is this one. Okay. I want to know whether I should recommend the item 6 to the target user or not. And the attacker give a high rating to item 6 and also try to make the similar profiles to the target user. So with the similar profile like this one, the recommender system may think that, okay, this attacker, they are the same or they are similar with the target user and we can give the good rating. Or in this case, the attackers try to be similar to the target user. So they are similar, but they give a small rating. So this is 1. 1. Then we can No, we cannot use the recommender system because the recommender system will probably give a bad recommender to the target user. So basically, there is no technical difference between push and nuke. But nevertheless, push and nuke attacks are not always equally effective. Okay, so people already try to address these push and nuke attacks, so they can easily understand where this happen and how to handle these push and nuke attacks. So another differentiation factors between attacks. Where is the focus of an attack? What is the focus? Whether it is particular on users or is it particular on items? So if it is based on the users, maybe it will affect the new users. So if we learn the recommender system, we have the cold start problem. I guess you already know the cold start problem. When the users new, or maybe the items are new, and there is no rating. So when the user is new, of course, the attackers can give some fake value. So the new user can trust that fake value. Or if there is a new item, okay, if there is a new item and this item want to promote themselves, and some fake user may give bad rating, maybe give always one, 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 one. So the system will not recommend this new item. So targeting a subset of items or user might be less suspicious. So this is I do not teach you to be an attacker, okay, but this is based on some research. If you try to target a small item, or if you try to target a small users, it is less suspicious. It means the algorithm may not be able to detect your attack because you just focus on one item or you just focus on one user. More focused attacks may be more effective. To attack profile more precisely defined. So I don't teach you to be an attacker, okay, but this is based on the research. If you want to focus, then it will be more effective. So if you want to learn how to be an attacker, you can learn more about those concepts. So the classification criteria for recommender system, the attacks include a cost. Of course, if you want to be an attacker, you need to think, what is the cost? The cost means how costly is it to make an attack? And how many profiles have to be inserted? So if you insert only one profile, it's useless. If you want to insert 10 profile, it's also useless. You need to give maybe at least 100. And how can you make a big number of users? Nowadays, whenever you make an account, you need to give some credential. You need to put your email and etc. So it's not easy to make a new users. And here's this knowledge about the rating matrix required. So when you create a matrix like this one, so you have the user 1, user 2, user 3, item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, and so on. So is this kind of knowledge required? Usually it is not public, but estimates can be made. So if the matrix is very huge, of course, yeah, there might be some ways to create this one. And sometimes the people can try to estimate this kind of matrix. And the attack is algorithm dependability. What does it mean? Is the attack designed for a particular recommendation algorithm? So if you use the user base, if you use the neighborhood base algorithm to do the recommender system, this is the easiest one, then people can easily make an attack, okay? Because this is very easy to make an attack. But if your algorithm is more complicated, for example, you use the matrix factorization. You should remember. So if it is a model base, then maybe it is not easy to do the attack. And the other thing about the attack is detectability. So how easy is it to detect the attack? So usually, yeah, people have some ways to detect the attack. For example, how many users did register on a day? So when a new user register in a day are about 100, suddenly they give a lot of ratings. Okay, then we know that maybe this is an attack. So the detectability, there are some ways to look at. So if it is too easy, then yeah, the attack can be recognized easily and we can try to avoid the attack. So there are some attack types that we will learn today. The attack can be categorized from the low knowledge until the high knowledge. The low knowledge means when we have the rating in the particular item with random value. And with the high knowledge, it means we are having a mixed value. Random attack. What does it mean by random attack? So the random attack means the general sim of an attack profile. We have the item 1, item K, item L, item N, okay? And this is the rating 1, rating at the K, rating at the L, and then the rating at the N. And we can make the category. This is the selected items. The selected item means the items that have the rating. Filler items. Filler item means when the attack or the user who wants to attack, they know what kind of items that they need to fill. Because if they fill all the items, it is not effective. For example, if you look at this one, as an attacker, if you fill every of this rating, of course, yeah, they know that it is fake because some of them may not have the rating. So which item and which uh, we call it, this is the selected, we call it, this is the filler. If we need to fill in, then we need to fill in, but if it is not important, then we just skip it. And the target items or some unrated items that may affect to this target. So the filler items means something that we need to consider to make the similarity between users. So attack models mainly differs in the way of the profile section are filled. So this is the most important thing, how to see the filler items. In the random attack model, take random value for the filler items. So we select some important items. If this item is important, then fill it. And the typical distribution of rating is known. So usually we try to figure out what is the distribution. Like if you look at the movie database in the IMDb, in the movie database, you will see the average, or you can see also the distribution. So if you see the distribution, let's say the average is 3.6 and the standard deviation is 1.1, then you can fill maybe 4, 3, 4, 3, something like that. So the idea is to generate profiles with typical ratings. So they are considered as neighbors to many other real profiles. So if I'm a new user pick one, then for the filler items, I can give 3. And then user pick 2. For the filler items, I create 4 and so on. So this will make the neighbors to many other real profiles. And yeah, it depends on whether you want to create the push attack or nuke attack. What is push? Yeah, push means give higher rating. Nuke means give low ratings. So it depends what do you want to do with the attack. So limited effect compared with more advanced model. So with the random attack, usually it is just very small effect. The average attack. In the average attack, use the individual items rating average for the filler items. You know how to calculate the average. When a user give rating to item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, item 5. So we can calculate the average. And by looking at the ratings average of this user, or we can also look at the average of this particular item. So we use this one for the filler items. Intuitively, there should be more neighbors. So it means you can create not only one user, but several users. User fig 1, user fig 2, user fig 3, several users. So that will be used for the nearest neighbor. Additional costs involved means you need to find out the average rating of an item. Then you need to find the average cost of an item. You need to find the average cost of an item. If you can find the average cost, okay, that's good. So nowadays, the online shopping, they always show you the average rating. So it's not a big problem these days. And more effective than the random attack in the user-based CS. When you use this kind of average attack, it is better than the random attack. Because in the random attack, you need to consider the distribution, but this one is just using the average. But additional knowledge is required. It means we need to know the user. Yeah, sometimes we need to understand the user profile when you put the average. It's quite easy to determine average rating values per item. So values explicitly provided when the item is displayed. Okay, so this is based on the online shopping. This is very easy to understand this one. Bandwagon attack. What does it mean by bandwagon attack? So in the bandwagon attack means we want to exploit additional information about the community ratings. The simple idea is we can add profiles that contain high rating for blockbusters. Do you know blockbusters? Usually we call this blockbuster is the popular items. So like in the movie, yeah, we have the blockbusters movie means the movie is very popular, high rating, and they can give high profit to the directors or the movie production house. So add profiles that contains high rating for blockbusters in the selected items and use random value for the filler items. So will intuitively lead to a more neighbors because popular items will have many ratings and rating values are similar to many other user profiles. So for example, I think many people like the Harry Potter. So when we have the new fake users, let's inject a profile with high rating values for Harry Potter series. So the Harry Potter 1, okay, let's make the high rating. Harry Potter 2, let's make a high rating. Harry Potter 3, let's make a high rating. So whenever there are high ratings on these movies, yeah, because this is the blockbusters. Because people will watch that movie, so we sometimes do not know whether it is an attack or not. Because we believe that okay, because many people like Harry Potters. So when they give a high rating on the Harry Potters, people will believe it. And next is we need to check what are the filler items. So after we know that the person like Harry Potter, so we need to find what are the other movies that the user may like. Because this is a low cost attack, because we focus on the most popular items. Set of top selling items, set of top selling items or blockbusters can be easily. Okay, people like the Ochingo game. Then, yeah, of course, when they create a new fake users, they will make a higher rating on the Ochingo game. And this does not require additional knowledge about the min item ratings because you can just rely on the popular items. Segment attack. For the segment attack, it designed an attack that aims to push item A. So we need to find items that are similar to the target item. So for example, I like the Spider-Man. So if I like the movie Spider-Man, it means most probably this person like the movie from Marvel. So every movie from Marvel, okay, we can make them as high rating. So this item probably liked by the same group of people. So we know that yeah, Marvel is popular, and there will be many people who also like the Marvel production movies. And we will check what are the same group of people who like those movies, and then identify subset of user community that interested in items to it, similar to it. So if it is related to Spider-Man, maybe the person maybe also like the movie of Iron Man, and then the people also will like movie from the Aquaman and also and so on. Then we will inject the profiles that have high rating. For example, this one is in the book about the fantasy novels. And we can give a random or low ratings for the other genres. So maybe if it is related to the Marvel, then let's put the high rating for the Marvel, and then let's put the low rating from the other production house. Thus, item will be pushed within the relevant community. So if you are the Marvel lovers, you will be in the community of the Marvel lovers. And yeah, once, for example, you push the new Harry Potter book, the attacker will inject profile with positive ratings for other popular fantasy books. And then, of course, the Harry Potter book will be recommended to the typical fantasy book reader. So if I have the Spider-Man, Iron Man, I like the Spider-Man, and then I like the Iron Man, and then I like the, let's say, Aquaman. Okay. And there will be a new movie, the Spider-Man 3, for example. So we can just give very easy injection. This is 5, 5, 4, for example. And then there will be another 5, 4, 5, and then we have another 5, 5, 5. So the target user, yeah, this is the fake user. The target user will check the similarity of this one, because most of the Marvel lovers, they are giving a high ratings. Of course, when we have this target user, they will also like this Spider-Man. So this is based on the similar group of people, and we call this is the segment attack. We do not attack in the very diverse items, but we focus on some of the knowledge or some of the genre. But of course, this one you need to have some knowledge. What is the genre of the book? What is the genre of the movie? What is the genre of the travel? And so on. And special nuke attack. So it is very high knowledge. The special nuke attack means you need to define what is the love or the hate attack. If you love the product, give the high rating. If you hate that product, give a low rating. So let's say if the user one, he gave item one with 5, and he gave the item 2 with 1. So we need to understand. Okay, the item 1 profile is something maybe popular. That's why he gave 5. Item 2 is not that popular. So the user 1 gave 1. And the user fake 1 will try to imitate this one. Okay, because this user give 5, I will also give like 4. Because the user 1 with the item 2, he give 1, maybe I will give 2. So when this is similar, then yeah, we will also use this similarity to make a recommender system. The, the target item is given the minimum value. By looking at this similarity, we have the target item. We want to make the target item with the minimum value, 1. So if we can put the similar profiles, then the target item for user 1 most probably will be 1. And yeah, this is what we call as the special nuke attacks. Filler items are given the highest possible rating values. The filler items, yeah, we will give the high rating values. This series effect on the system recommendation when the goal is to nuke an item. So if you want to nuke an item, this is very good way to do the attacks. The other way around, push an item is not effective. So it's not good if you want to make a recommender system with the high value. But this is very good for the special nuke. Some people say this is a reverse bandwagon. In the bandwagon, do you still remember? Bandwagon means we are looking at the popular product or the blockbusters. So the blockbusters, we increase the value. So we can recommend items that are popular with the high value. But this one is the reverse. The associated target items with other items are disliked by many people. So we need to find the items that has been disliked. And selected item set is filled with minimum ratings. We can have the popular attack. Popular attack means it requires more knowledge about the rating database to set the ratings on filler items. This one filler. So it is similar to the bandwagon attack. So the bandwagon attack, it is to increase the most popular items, but in the popular attack, yeah, we would like to check more knowledge about the rating database so that we can select what are the filler items that will need to be increased. Yeah, this is filler. We have a matrix, we call it average over popular items, AOP. So average over popular items. It is a simple and effective strategy to obfuscate the average attack. So obfuscate, you know, it is like to confuse, to make confuse the average attack. The AOP, okay, the AOP attack or the AOP with the X%, X mean a value. The AOP attack choose filler item with equal probability from the top X% of most popular items. So we have some items. Okay. Let's say I want to select from top 10 popular items. And from the top 10 popular items, I need to make the average over popular items, and this top 10 will be selected, and we will do the attack on this one. Okay, that's sometimes we can use for the special nuke attack. Or the easy one is the sampling attack. So the sampling attack is an attack that does not contain filler items and is introduced in this one. Why I make a lot of typos? Okay, so this is another example. Okay, so you can have a new idea about this attack. So let's say we have the user A, user B, user C, user D, and then we have item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4. And then in the item 1, this is the rating. In the item 2, this is the rating. And item 3, nobody buy. In the item 3, nobody buy the products. And the item 4, it has low rating. So this is just an example of random. Okay. Then we can inject two fake users. Let's say F1, F2. Okay. So we want to rate the popular items on item 1 and item 2. Because based on the average, we know that the ratings are high. The ratings are high. And we can assign some extreme rating to the item 3 because let's say if we want to make a push attack, then we put 5. If we want to make a nuke attack, then we can put 1. And for the item 4, we know that the average is more or less low. 1, 2, 3. Then the user, the fake user, can just give arbitrary or neutral rating. So it will make almost similar with the user in the existing database. So if we have a new user who like item 3, like this one, what happened? So the user A, B, C, D who never buy item 3, we will check. So before adding the fake profiles, on the item 1, there are 19 ratings. The sum of the rating is 19 and the number of ratings, they are 4. So the average rating is 4.75. For item 2, the sum of the rating is 18 and there are 4 items that has been rated and the average rating is 4.5. But the item 3, no average because nobody gives the rating. For the item 4, it has a low average rating because most of the ratings are 3, 2, or 1. But after we add the new fake profiles, you can see, okay, the item 1, the average rating increase. The item 2 is slightly decreased, but the item 3 is the highest because of the attack. And the item 4, it decreased slightly. So after we have this one, of course, it will be easier for the recommender system to give the profiles. So this is just an example. With the similarity, if you still remember the similarity, using the similarity-based collaborative filtering, we can compute the cosine similarity. So the cosine similarity, which is based on the item 1 and item 2, I will just based on the item 1 and item 2, item 1 and item 2. Okay. So it means I would like to check the similarity between user A and user fake F1. User A and user fake F1 based on item 1 and item 2. So what are they? This one. User fake F1. Item 1 is 5. And the user A, item 1 is 5. For user fake F1, the item 2 is 4. And the item 2 for user A is 4. So I do not want to use the item 4 because the item 4 is not that popular. So I select only the top popular products. And if you measure the similarity value with the cosine similarity with this formula, then we can get the similarity is 1. Okay. Then what happened? Because the similarity is 1, then what the rating given by user effect 1 will be given to the user A. So user weighted average to predict the missing rating for item 3. Because we know that the user A do not have anything on the item 3. The user A does not buy item 3, or the user A does not know about item 3. But because there are two attacks, we can give a recommender system to this one. So fake profiles give a high rating 5 to the target item and it boosts the score. So the impact is before the attack, item 3 had no influence and would rarely be recommended. But after the attack, the high similarity of fake profiles with real users and the injected higher ratings make the item 3 much more likely to be recommended. So this kind of attack is something that we need to understand. Okay, let's have a break. Okay, I will continue after the break.